All right. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Bandy here from the Fourth and Flex Fantasy Football Podcast. Going with a half PPR mock draft today, okay? The season is creeping up, guys. It's almost time, man. You should be getting in your teams. You should be getting ready to draft. You should be getting ready to do all kinds of things, man. But just to kind of go through a mock draft with my people here and see what we can figure out. We're doing half PPR, man. I got the draft board on the screen. Fourth and Flex Fantasy Football Podcast. We're doing big things over here, guys. We're doing big things. Going live every week. Waiver wire shows on Tuesday. If you're looking for people to pick up to add to the value of your team, you're going to be able to come in live. Ask us questions live on YouTube, man. Support your boys. Join us. Be a follower, subscriber to the show, to the podcast, man. Get a little one-on-one action with your teams. We're doing big things, like I said. You can find us, like I said, live Tuesdays, the waiver wire show, letting you know who to pick up, who to grab, who to get, all those big things. Then on Fridays, man, the week is ramping up, man. You got to know, you got all these questions. Who should I start? Who's it going to be, man? This guy, that guy, this guy may be hurt. What should I do? What should I do? We're going through each game. We're telling you who the starters are in these games, and we're doing it big. We're doing it really big, man. But like I said, half PPR mock draft. I'm going to get in here. I'm drafting at the 7 spot, by the way, okay? So drafting at the 7 with this half PPR mock draft. So let's get it going, buddy. Let's get it going. Get it going. I'm drafting with computer here, so just kind of get a little feel for it, okay? First, Justin Jefferson goes, CeeDee Lamb goes, Christian McCaffrey goes, Jamar Chase, Bijan, then Tyreek Hill, first round of a half PPR mock draft. Looking at my stuff, man. Looking at my stuff. Seeing people popping in, man. Tap that screen for your boy, Fourth and Flex Fantasy Football Podcast. Doing big things. Doing big things. Season's ramping up, guys, so it's time to start getting ready. Let's see here. I'm looking at my draft list. Okay. Got it. Forgot to turn the timer clock off, so Puka Nacua is who I end up drafting. Puka Nacua. Lots of things with Puka Nacua. Cooper Kupp might be the guy. Is Cooper Kupp over? I think Cooper Kupp's time is still here. It's just everybody, the hype on Puka is so high right now that Cooper Kupp's just getting overlooked. So after Puka in the first round, A.J. Brown, Amon-Ra, Jahmyr Gibbs, Breece Hall, all in the first round. Jonathan Taylor in the first round of a half PPR. I like that. Garrett Wilson, Devontae Adams, Saquon Barkley, Chris Olave. Then we got Marvin Harrison Jr. in the second round, and I'm on the clock. The auto draft got me with the Puka Nacua, man. Forgot to turn the timer off. Had 30-second timer off. I was too busy talking. But so I'm up now. I'm going half PPR. I'm a running back type of guy, okay? I subscribe to that old school. You know, you need a running back. You need a bell cow guy to really get it started. And there's not as many of those type of guys that there are to draft. So there's wide receivers all over the place. You can get value on wide receivers later. I've always subscribed to the fact that you got to go running back heavy, even though I have been seeing people with a lot of success messing with the wide receivers. So I've thought about trying some wide receiver heavy teams. I've really found some good balance with those when I go wide receiver first. But I think I accidentally grabbed Puka Nacua. Like I said, forgot to turn the timer off. So I really like in this spot in the second round, I like Travis Etienne. Jacksonville. Seems like we always think it's going to be their time, but it seems like it hasn't happened, okay? But Etienne has always done good things. We know Trevor Lawrence can get the ball to Etienne, so I like taking Etienne here in a half PPR in the second round, and it's back to me. After Etienne, Kyren Williams goes. I got to tell you guys, I love Kyren Williams. I hope he can do what we knew he could do last season. Will he continue it? I hope so. The Rams love him. I love him. Thought about grabbing him, but I think I like Etienne here with this half PPR format. Let's see. Any late round, Eric popping in, any late round wide receivers to target? I'm thinking Jameson Williams, Rashid Shaheed. Let's see. Rashid Shaheed, I love that. I love that as a late round wide receiver to target. I got to tell you, if you've watched my show at all, me and my boy Trey are always on here. We've been talking about sleepers as of late, and a late round wide receiver that I think you can get that's going to blow you away is Curtis Samuel. I know there's a lot of folks blowing the hype train on Curtis Samuel, but it's here's the thing. Curtis Samuel has managed to somehow creep into our fantasy lives. Somehow, always, every season, ends up on our waiver wire list, ends up being a guy to stash. You just never know when he's going to pop. And that's because he's never really had good quarterback play. He's never really had good quarterback play, and it seems like there's always been somebody ahead of him that's just a little bit better. But he's got Josh Allen. Okay, we saw Stephon Diggs come. You know, Stephon Diggs was already a great wide receiver, but we saw Stephon Diggs come first season with Josh Allen, tore it up. I had Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs that very first season. Won my league, hands down, no problem. I really think Curtis Samuel could come and be the wide receiver one on this team. Keon Coleman is there. I really like Curtis Samuel a lot. I think that the public is kind of starting to realize this because I keep seeing him go higher and higher in drafts. So if I'm looking for a late round wide receiver that I think could give you great value, Curtis Samuel, I think, is the guy to grab there. So great question. Great show question. People popping in, man. Love the support. Tap the screen, man. Join us as our subscriptions, man. We're doing live shows constantly. I said it earlier. Tuesdays, we do a waiver wire show letting you know who to grab. All this stuff is live, okay? We also do starts and sits for every Friday night, man. We go through each game. We tell you who's a good starter here. We tell you why. We were talking about the Bills a little bit. With Curtis Samuel. Also, Khalil Shakur might be a decent guy to look out for, man. I'm liking the speed that I'm seeing on the Bills. The Bills, a lot of speed. Josh Allen can bomb the ball. Josh Allen's got some great accuracy, too. So I look to see a lot of deep passes in that Bills offense this season. And how about those new unis for the Bills? Looking so fresh and so clean. I love that red on red on red. Oh, man. Back to the draft board, though, man. I got off on a tangent there. Actually, what I was trying to say is Dalton Kincaid. Whew, through the roof. Dalton Kincaid through the roof. Another good tight end you can pick up. I'm not kind of like a guy that likes to punt tight end. I like to grab me some guys towards the end. I'm seeing a lot of leagues also kind of venture away from tight end. In our league, the Bandy Bowl is what we call it. Every year we do the Bandy Bowl. That's me, by the way, Bandy from the Fourth and Flex Fantasy Football Podcast. So the Bandy Bowl is our league that we do every year. It's super flex. We are definitely some big super flex guys. We tear up the super flex. Anyways, I like to get my tight ends a little later. I think that's where I was going with that. Sorry, I got a little lost. But back to the draft board, man. Back to the draft board. Let's see here. Drake London goes at the 2-8. I love Drake London. He's another guy, man. Another guy that, he wouldn't be obviously a late round steal, but Drake London, I think, is going to be really good this season, man. He's got Kirk Cousins, a guy that took care of Justin Jefferson, made Justin Jefferson the man. Justin Jefferson went first in this half PPR mock draft that I'm doing down here. Just saying. That's because he's only had one man throwing him the ball, and that's Kirk Cousins. I'm not saying Kirk Cousins is like a master QB, but he's the best quarterback that Drake London has ever had. The Falcons' quarterback room has been the worst in the league for the past 3 or 4 years. Okay, so Drake London, I think he's gonna have a breakout season. He's got to. That's why I think he's going so high. And you know what? While we're talking about the Falcons, I know I'm going to disappoint some of you. Kyle Pitts is another guy I think is probably going to be okay. Hopefully. Listen, if Kyle Pitts with Kirk Cousins doesn't do anything this season, then I don't know what to tell you. Kyle Pitts is not him, if that is the case. Every year we hear Kyle Pitts, this is his year, this is his season. He's got this going on, he's got that going on. He's got a new quarterback, yada, yada, yada. If Kyle Pitts can't manage to do it with Kirk Cousins, Kyle Pitts is a wasted draft pick for the Falcons. You know what I mean? So, any Kyle Pitts lovers out there watching? Anybody like say, let's go Kyle Pitts? Anybody, a supporter, think that Kyle Pitts is going to do it? Let me know down in the comments, guys. Hey, tap the screen for me, guys. Tap the screen. I appreciate the love, man. Doing a half PPR mock draft. Getting off on a tangent about Drake London and the Falcons, though. Let's see here. Let's see. Okay, after Drake London at the 2-9, Josh Allen, first quarterback off the board, goes. Then Devin A-Chain, Brandon Ayuk, Nico Collins. Listen, last season, I went to the Fantasy Football Expo, interviewed Dez Bryant, okay? And I was talking to him about some of his fantasy football people that he likes. Tell me some people you like, Dez. Who do you like? And he said he liked Bijan, he liked these guys, he liked Devontae. And then I said, what about Nico Collins? Now hear me out. Last season, Nico Collins was nobody. Nobody was drafting him. He was going like late. He was one of those dart throws that people were like, okay, Nico could be him. I was blowing that horn all last season, and it was a risk. It was a risk with a rookie quarterback that we didn't know C.J. Stroud was going to do a great job. We didn't know. But I did. I knew that. I didn't know that he was going to be great, but I knew that Nico was going to be the number one over there. A number one guy that nobody was looking at, and I got him in a lot of drafts, man, and he helped me get to the finals, get to the championships, man, with his elusiveness. Tank Dell over there now. The Texans, man. The Texans are going to be a fun team to watch, man. I'm excited to watch the Texans, that's for sure. But let's see. Brandon Ayuk goes San Francisco. A lot of things going on with old Brandon Ayuk. Let me know in the comments. Do you think Brandon Ayuk, is he going to be a 49er this season? Is he going to be a Steeler? Is he going to be a Patriot? Let me know in the comments what you think Brandon Ayuk, what's going to happen with this guy, okay? Let me know. Guys, tap that screen, man. Show us some love. Hit the plus and come flex with us, baby. Hey, funny videos, live, baby, live. Thank you for the rose. Appreciate that, my friend. Thank you. Appreciate it a lot. Let's see here. All right, we see the first tight end go off the board, and it's Sam Laporta in the third round. Then Travis Kelce goes, Josh Jacobs, Derrick Henry, Deebo Samuel. Deebo. Kind of already talking about the 49ers a little bit here. Deebo Samuel, I think if Brandon Ayuk goes elsewhere, I think Deebo's going to do really well, honestly. I mean, we all know what Deebo can do. You know, can he stay healthy? He's very elusive. He is him, I believe. But if Ayuk goes, I think Deebo's going to have a lot more, if he stays healthy, a lot more targets and whatnot. Derrick Henry goes in the third round at the 3-4. Derrick Henry, Baltimore Ravens. It's gonna be interesting to see. And you know what, Derrick Henry, we know he's getting old. He's getting older. He is still the king, though. Derrick Henry's still the king. Derrick Henry was a guy that every year on my team for the past 4 or 5 years, I'm like, I gotta have Derrick Henry. That is my guy, and he's generally not let me down. I will say the past couple seasons, I haven't really been able to count on Derrick Henry, and that's okay. That's all right. He's getting older. But the Titans offense has just been struggling for the past few seasons also, so that is definitely something to remember. But with the Ravens, Lamar likes to take the ball and run with it, but you know what? At least Lamar knows that he's got a guy that can truck through him. Here's how you have success with Derrick Henry. If you've ever watched our show, you'll have heard me say this before. Derrick Henry at the second level is a beast, okay? Sometimes Derrick has problems getting through the line, which understandable, man. You got all these guys coming at you. You got to make sure these other guys hit their blocks. Is it going to happen? Does it happen? Sometimes it does. But listen, once he gets to the second level, it's over with. It is OV for Derrick. And a way to do that, and a great way to help Lamar with his stats too, pad those stats a little bit, you need to do some screens with Derrick Henry, okay? Let him run off to the side. Nobody's paying attention. Derrick Henry, catch and run with a half PPR or full PPR league. That'll be monstrous, by the way. But that is where I believe Derrick Henry can be at his best, okay? Then he's not taking as many hits if he's going out that way. Maybe hit a quick block run off to the side, quick short pass, boom. Henry goes off for 35 yards. Just saying. Let's see. Isaiah Pacheco goes, and now I am on the clock. Take a look at my team real quick. Puka Nacua, Travis Etienne, and it's the third round. It's a half PPR mock draft. I need to figure out who I'm going to get here. I've got a wide receiver. I've got a running back. Let's see. By the way, anybody watching out there, I am a Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan. Born and raised Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Love them. They are my team. They are my team. They have always been my team. Let me know down in the comments, man. What is your team? Tampa Bay Buccaneers right here. What's your team? Let me know down in the comments. What made me think of that is looking at my running backs here. Rashad White. Let's see. We got Cook. We got Mixon. We got Walker. K9 Kenneth Walker. I love K9, man. That guy is always great. Always a beast. I mess with old K9. In the wide receivers, I've got Mike Evans. I've got Jalen Waddle. Stephon Diggs. DJ Moore. All looking up at me. I think I'm going to go running back here, and I think I'm going to grab my K9 Kenneth Walker for a half PPR. We see K9 go out, get those short passes like I was just talking about, man. So give me some K9 Kenneth Walker in the third round. Then Stephon Diggs goes. Jalen Hurts, second quarterback off the board, goes. Jalen Waddle, Malik Neighbors, Patrick Mahomes, third quarterback off the board. Then Mike Evans goes. Oh, I was really hoping Mike Evans would come back to me. Mike Evans, man. Let's talk about Mike Evans for a minute here. I'm going to Monday Night Football, November 4th. Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Kansas City Chiefs. I will be at that game working on getting like a press pass or something like that just so I can get a little closer to the action. Honestly, I'd love to meet Mike Evans. Mike Evans, 1,000-yard season after 1,000-yard season. It's pretty insane if you really think about it, man. Beating Jerry Rice's record there. Will he do it again this season? I think so. I think I'm very excited to see what happens with them this season. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers. A lot of good things coming out of camp. Baker Mayfield throwing darts. I know somebody was talking about Kyle Trask. Kyle Trask is fighting for a second string right now. He's fighting second string against Wolford. Okay, you might remember Wolford from the Rams last season. John Wolford. Last season, a couple seasons actually. I think he's been over there. But I think Mike Evans is a guy that we didn't really expect to do as much as he did last season because everybody was sleeping on Baker Mayfield. But that's another guy. Just I'm not trying to toot my own horn here, but that is another guy that I was always blowing the horn on Baker Mayfield last season. Everybody laughed at me. Everybody laughed at me when I said Baker Mayfield, top 15 quarterback. Everybody's like, yeah, okay, buddy. Keep dreaming. Keep wishing. That's your Tampa Bay Buccaneers, so you're going to obviously expect the best out of him. I did. Guess where he finished? 13. Baker Mayfield. That's not the best. It's not amazing, but we made a playoff run. We beat the Eagles in the first round of the playoffs. The Lions, man, that was a good game. We gave them a fight. We didn't just lay down and take it. I think the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to be a better team this season. I think the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to be a team to reckon with. I'm excited. Football, man. Football, baby. It's here. Anyways, I guess I could get back to this draft here, huh? Let's see. I am on the clock here. Like I said, Mike Evans goes in the fourth round. DJ Moore, Cooper Kupp, Rashad White, then Joe Mixon goes, and I'm on the clock. This is a half PPR mock draft. I started off Puka Nacua, when Travis Etienne, Kenneth Walker. I think I need to get me another wide receiver here, man. I got a couple of good running backs in my stable. Need to grab me a wide receiver. Taking a look at the big board, Michael Pittman is there. DK Metcalf, Devonta Smith, Zay Flowers, Tank Dell, T. Higgins, George Pickens, Amari Cooper. I think I'm going to grab me some Metcalf. I'm going to grab me the beast, DK Metcalf. Maybe that's too many Seahawks on my team. I don't know. I'm Kenneth Walker, and I got DK. Maybe I'm, a little too much Seahawks on the team, but that's all right. CJ Stroud goes. CJ Stroud has been just rising in the ranks lately. It's kind of crazy how much the CJ Stroudness is going on there. We're seeing him go over Joe Burrow. We're seeing him go over Kyler Murray, Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott, I don't like the Cowboys, but this guy throws the ball, and who does he throw it to? He throws it to he throws it to CD Lamb. Okay, CD Lamb, wide receiver 1 last season, so don't forget about that. Okay. Crazy. People are really expecting a lot out of CJ Stroud. Obviously, I'm seeing him go as the fourth quarterback off the board in all these mock drafts I've been doing. So, guys, if you're watching, man, please, if you're watching on TikTok, tap the screen, tap. Put a comment down below. What is your team? Who is your team? I'm a Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan, born and raised. Tell me who you love, guys. Tell me which team is yours. Let's see. I am on the clock here. Hey, Ivan, what's up? Ivan, Rebecca, what's happening, everybody? Marvin, love it. Let's see. All right, so my team so far, Puka Nacua, Travis Etienne, Kenneth Walker, DK Metcalf. It's the 5th round. Some of the quarterbacks on the board still. Richardson, we got Joe Burrow, Kyler Murray, Dak Prescott, Caleb Williams. I got to tell you, a lot of hype on Caleb Williams. Lots and lots of hype on Caleb Williams. Maybe for good reason. I know last season in college he didn't ball out, but 2022 he balled out. Caleb Williams can be him. He seems kind of like a cocky guy. Maybe that's good. Maybe that confidence is going to help that Bears team. He's got weapons. He's got DJ Moore. He's got Keenan Allen, who may be old, but still an amazing wide receiver. He has every opportunity to do well. I like him in Superflex as my second quarterback, maybe even my third quarterback in Superflex leagues, just to play it safe. I like him for that reason. But I am worried and worried about taking a risk on him as my main or only quarterback, or my second quarterback. But anyways, the reason I'm talking about quarterbacks is because I'm about to draft one of these bad boys. Joe Burrow. Give me Joe Burrow, baby, in this 5th round. I'll take him. All right, let's see. Colby Robbins. What's happening, Colby? In a 10-man league, what round do you think Derrick Henry will be drafted in? 10 round, I mean, obviously it depends. Are we talking like half PPR? Are we talking full PPR? I would say probably 3rd in a 10-man, 4th maybe. It just all depends. I would probably go 3rd though. Superflex 4th, but I'll go 3rd there. I have the 2nd pick in a 10-man league, full PPR. I'm looking to draft him. I know, baby. I love me some Derrick Henry. I was just going off on him a few minutes ago about how much I love this guy and how much he has just helped me my entire fantasy career, I guess you could say. Let's see. 2nd pick, 10-man. All right, snake draft. You're going up. You're going back. Oof. I think you could get him in the 3rd round, but depending on how the board falls, you might have to take him in the 2nd. No. I think you'll be okay. I think 3rd, because it's going to go. It's going to be a long time before you get another pick, right? But then you're going to basically get picks back to back. You'll get your 2nd round pick, and then the guy who drafted first will go 2 in a row, and then there. I think you can get him right there. It just depends on the people in the league. Maybe there's someone else who loves them some Derrick Henry too. If you're worried about that and you know these people pretty well, I might take him in the 2nd round, man, just to be safe. It kind of hurts. But if he's your guy and you want him that bad, you might have to. It just depends if it's wide receiver heavy falling. It really just depends. I think you could get him in the 3rd with your 3rd pick at the 2nd. Thanks for the question, man, guys. Hey, tap that screen for your boy. Show some love. We appreciate it. That's what we do here, man. We love to give fantasy football advice. My co-host Trey is not with me today, man, but this guy knows his stuff. Great guy. Love that dude. Check out our videos, man. Follow us. We appreciate it. We're always pumping out content, man, and we love it. Let's see here. Your boy's back on the clock. After Joe Burrow goes George Pickens, Kyle Pitts in the fifth, David Montgomery, Dalton Kincaid. I'm very surprised that Kyle Pitts went before Dalton Kincaid, but it's got to be all the hype with Kirk Cousins that's happening here, right? Ramondre Stevenson goes, Amari Cooper, James Conner in the sixth. I think that is value. James Conner in the sixth round is value. Let me explain. James Conner last season, he didn't play all the games, okay? But he still balled out over 1,000 yards. I think he played 12 games. James Conner could be a top 10 running back this season. If he is healthy, I think the Cardinals have been a dumpster fire as of lately, but I think this is going to be a better year for the Cardinals, and I think it's going to be a lot on the back of James Conner. We seen James Conner a couple years ago, just like, what was it, like double-digit touchdowns, 2022. James Conner, like I said, over 1,000 yards, only played 12 games last season. So James Conner in the sixth round is value, baby. I love it, man. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about, value. I remember when your boy Jamar Chase was a rookie. I got him in the 8th round. I won that year. I won because I had such a star rookie wide receiver in Jamar Chase. You're not going to see this guy go in the 8th anymore, obviously, but I loved it, man. I loved it. That was a good season. Anyways, okay. George Kittle goes. Christian Kirk, DeAndre Swift goes, and I'm back on the clock. Let's see. Just kind of take a look at my team here. I got Puka Nacua, Travis Etienne, Kenneth Walker in the third, DK Metcalf in the fourth, Joe Burrow in the fifth, and I'm on the clock. Take a look at my running back room. I've got Aaron Jones sitting there. I love me some Aaron Jones. I think he's still going to be great. If he stays healthy, he's going to be really good. Aaron Jones, Najee Harris, Zamir White, Raheem Mostert. I like that Mostert's still there too. Mostert's another guy you can get for value later in the rounds for your running back room. I'm going to go ahead and draft me some Aaron Jones though, baby. Give me that running back. Give me that number one guy over there. Look at this. Travis Etienne, number one running back. Kenneth Walker, number one. Aaron Jones, number one. Aaron Jones getting old, but still has some gas in the tank, so I love it. Let's see, Colby, what you got? What's your thoughts on Chris Olave? I'm thinking about picking either Olave or Chris Olave, Mike Evans, or Brandon Ayuk. Whew. I love Chris Olave, but can Derek Carr keep it together? I mean, how many of us were pumped about Derek Carr going to the Saints, like thinking, can he do what he did on the Raiders? The Raiders was a dumpster fire, and he still managed to be a fantasy-relevant quarterback, but it seems like he's not able to do that with the Saints. I don't know if it's bad coaching or a bad system or he just didn't have it all quite figured out. But Chris Olave, if Derek Carr doesn't do what we want him to do, then Chris Olave can still be good and still be fantasy relevant. But I think if I had my pick here, I would go Mike Evans. If I'm picking between Ayuk, Mike Evans, Chris Olave, I'm going to take Mike Evans because I think I can get him a little later, and I think he's got a value. And Ayuk, who knows what Ayuk's doing? Right now, I don't know about Ayuk. I need to know where he's going to be before I can even think about, any of that. But I love me some Mike Evans. Mike Evans with Baker, you know what I mean? They're together. They've got another season under their belt. From what I'm hearing out of camp with Mike Evans, things are going great. So I go Mike Evans, baby. All right, I'm back on the clock. Nick Chubb goes in the 7th round. Najee Harris, Kyler Murray, Evan Ingram, Dak Prescott, Chris Godwin. Chris Godwin. I love Chris Godwin, baby. Chris Godwin, he last season, new offensive coordinator, David Canal. They were trying some new things with Chris Godwin. It wasn't what Chris Godwin in the slot was used to. So that's why Chris Godwin's stock has fallen so much, and that's why you're even able to get him in the 7th round. But Chris Godwin, I think this season is going to he's going to do what he does. Okay, Chris Godwin in the slot is magic, and I really think that Chris Godwin is going to be some value that you're going to be able to get later in the rounds. Mark my words on that one. Mark my words. I'm on the clock, baby. I've only got 2 wide receivers on this half PPR team, man. I need to get with it. And that's another reason why Aaron Jones, Kenneth Walker, Travis Etienne with half PPR, I think these guys all are able to catch passes, and really help you out. So that's why that's kind of my method behind the madness, if you will. Take a look at my wide receivers. Hollywood Brown is there. Calvin Ridley, Rashee Rice. McConkey. Lad McConkey. Hearing a lot of good things about that guy, too. D-Hop. Let's see. Keon Coleman. Christian Watson. Christian Watson already has hurt. He's already hurt, and that seems to be the problem with Watson. He constantly gets hurt, so maybe it's because he pushes his body too hard. I don't know. But if he could stay healthy, I think he would be so much better. Guys, continue to tap that screen for your boys, man. Appreciate it. I guess for your boy right now. Usually I got Trey sitting over here with me, so that's that. Kobe, what you got? Let's see. Yeah, I got the second pick. I'm thinking about doing a Tyreek, Mike Evans, and Derrick Henry trio. Ooh, I love it. Yeah, take Tyreek. Yeah, because you basically got your pick. Basically, Christian McCaffrey probably goes number 1, obviously. So you got your second pick. I love taking Tyreek with that first pick. Tyreek, I think that's definitely doable, man. I think you could do it. And I love that start to your draft, dude. Tyreek, Mike Evans, Derrick Henry. I like it. That's a team that I want to be a part of, man. I really like that start right there. And it's definitely doable. Mike Evans in the second is good. You could definitely make all these things seem like they're definitely able to happen, You definitely it can make it happen. So I like that. It sounds like a team I would draft, to be honest. Let's see. Anyways, I'm on the board. I need to get me somebody. Let's see here. I really need a wide receiver here, man, but it's... You know what? I'm just going to do it. I'm going to grab me a rookie here in the 7th round, take a shot. Maybe I'll get some magic from like the year I had grabbed Jamar Chase in his rookie season. I'm going to grab Keon Coleman in the 7th round. Grab that rookie. Keon Coleman seems to be a character, which I love. I love seeing like some of these guys come into the NFL and just be themselves and just show you who they are a little bit. And to be honest, if you'll realize like that's how a lot of these guys end up being so popular and so famous is when they start to let their personality shine a little bit. And it seems like Keon Coleman just came out the gate shining, Caleb Williams with his black nail polish. Yeah, he was the number 1 draft pick, but still with that black fingernail polish, he's already starting to get out there. He seems like he's got a lot of, I don't know, he seems like he's got a lot of demands for a rookie. From what I'm hearing, I mean, it could be fake news, but from what I'm hearing about Caleb Williams, he's like making all these demands, like, whatever. I need to probably do a little more research on that before I start talking crap, but... Kobe says, when you have your fantasy draft. So, I like to wait until like the week of, because all these injuries, there's still people moving around a little bit. You just don't know. How mad are you going to be if you drafted Tyreek Hill in the 1st round and, I don't know, he steps out, walks out just for a couple reps in a preseason game and gets hurt, then what? Then your 1st round pick is gone. I like to wait till like the week football starts. That way you just like, you're starting fresh with your redraft team. You know what to expect. It's you're not going to be wasting draft picks. And maybe some people like that. Maybe some people like the not knowing, like how just like a screw can fall and mess up your whole thing. I'm not about that. I want to start fresh in my redraft leagues, and that's why I like to wait till the week of or the week before. Like we usually get Thursday night football, so I mean I wouldn't mind drafting on that Monday. You know what I mean? Monday before Thursday night football. I mean, maybe some people need a little more team to get their stuff together, but that's where I like to go with my fantasy drafts. Guys, if you're watching, man, throw a comment down there. Let me know who your team is. I'm a Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan. Who's your team? Throw it down in the comments and tap that screen for me, guys. Tap the screen for 4th and Flex. Follow us, man. Follow us. Get on there and show us some love, man. Show us some love. Yeah, that's what Colby says. Yeah, that's what I like to do, but my league is very impatient and wants to do it in 2 weeks-ish. Yeah. Are you the commissioner of the league or at Colby Robbins? But I'm also impatient too as well. I feel you, bro. I feel you, man. I love fantasy football. Obviously, I got a show about it. I love talking about it. I love breathing it and all that. So I feel you. I feel you, my friend. It feels like I want to be able to look at my team. I want to be able to play with it. I want to be able to mess with it. I get it entirely, but you also have more time to do research. You have more time to see exactly what you want to do with your team. So, are you the commissioner? Can you control when that draft is, or is it like it's on somebody else's hands? You know what I mean, Colby? Let's see here. All right, I guess I better get to this draft, baby. Sadly, I'm not the commissioner. Oh, come on now. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you, buddy. 2 weeks, though? 2 weeks from now? Just doing your draft? I mean, let's see. 2 weeks. That puts you kind of the end of August-ish, and that's not terrible. It's not the best, but it's not terrible. It's not terrible. Guys, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I see that you guys are hitting the like and tapping the screen for me. I really appreciate that. Funny vids. Send me a rose. Appreciate that. This is what I want to do, guys. This is what I want to do with my life. Fantasy football. I mean, if you watch our videos, you can see this studio that I built in my spare bedroom. See these lights. See this camera. See these microphones. This is what I want to do with my life. This is it. Fantasy football, baby. Fantasy football. I want to breathe it. So, guys, follow us. Show us some love. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. I'm on the clock, though, by the way. Keon Coleman was my last draft pick in the 7th. I'm in the 8th round of a half PPR mock draft. Let's see what I'm rolling with here. Raheem Mostert is still there. Still there. And as you know who else is still there? Austin Eckler. I know people are mad at Austin Eckler. I'm going to go ahead and take Raheem Mostert. People are mad at Austin Eckler because he was going 1, 2, 3 in drafts last season, and people weren't happy about it. People were not too happy about the level of play that they got from Austin Eckler. And trust me when I tell you, I completely understand. But he is still that guy. Austin Eckler is still a great running back. This dude's like a tank. I know he's on the Washington Commanders now, but listen, when you talk about value in fantasy drafts, I've probably said the word value about 50 times, by the way, but that's okay. Value in fantasy drafts, I'm in the 9th round right now. Okay, Austin Eckler went in the 8th. He did go at the 8-11. Okay, I was going to try to get him come back to me and grab Austin Eckler. That is value, my friends. That is value. Austin Eckler in that round is value. That's something I want. Nick Chubb, he went in the 7th. I have been seeing this happen so many times. Nick Chubb in the 7th, Austin Eckler in the 8th, back-to-back. That's 2 first-round draft picks from last season. I know we saw Nick Chubb's leg bend up, but I know if you saw that, then you might have also seen Nick Chubb bench pressing 600 pounds like 2 weeks ago. I'm just saying, Nick Chubb is a beast. He'll be back, and he didn't forget how to run the ball. Maybe his body isn't quite as well as it was, but you know what? Nick Chubb in the 7th, Austin Eckler in the 8th. That's 2 first-round draft picks from last season that you could maybe get for value in your 7th and 8th rounds. Give it to me. Give it to me, baby. Oof. Let's see. Colby says, what's a sleeper pick player in the late rounds? I love late-round sleepers like last year's Nico. I don't know if you heard me talking earlier, Colby, but I was blowing the horn on Nico. Like, I did an interview with Des Bryant. And I asked him, I said, I think I was trying to say this earlier, and I never actually said it, but I interviewed Des Bryant, and I was talking to him about some of the people he liked in fantasy football this season, because he plays fantasy football. I said, what do you think about Nico Collins? And Des Bryant looks at me and he goes, who? I'm like, Nico. And then he had to think about it for a minute, but Des was on it. Des was like, oh, yeah, Nico Collins. I like him. But a lot of people didn't even really know who Nico was, you know. I love me some Nico Collins. Definitely late round sleepers like last year's Nico. A late round sleeper, Curtis Samuel. I love Curtis Samuel. Chris Godwin. Oh, maybe that's not quite late as you'd like it to be. Let me take a look. I'm in the ninth round here. Let me take a look. Yeah, see, Curtis Samuel's still there. I love Curtis Samuel, man. Khalil Shakur, both Bills, but both have a great opportunity to do big things on a team that doesn't have a lot of competition anymore. Let's see. Jacoby Myers, I know. But Jacoby Myers really last season surprised a lot of us. Like, he's not even like being drafted, Jacoby Myers. Unless you got a really, really deep league, I'm not even seeing Jacoby Myers go off the board. But he is somebody that I think you should look out for. I think Mike Williams got taken off the PUP list. I think he's getting on there for the Jets. Mike Williams has got hands. Okay, Mike Williams can catch. And Aaron Rodgers is going to be throwing him the ball. Let me read this. He's been blessed with good quarterback play throughout his career, going from Phillip Rivers to Justin Herbert, now joining forces with Aaron Rodgers in New York, yada, yada, yada. Mike Williams further ahead than anticipated. New York Jets head coach Robert Saleh said that the wide receiver Mike Williams is a lot further ahead than anticipated after the team activated him off the PUP list. Realistic it is for him to play. Let's see. When Williams was asked how realistic it is for him to play in Week 1 regular season opener against the Niners, he said, "I guess we've got to see." Let's see. 29-year-old still recovering from a torn ACL that he suffered in Week 3 of last year. So he's got to be close. So Mike Williams might be a good late round grab. He might miss a couple of the weeks. You might not get to use him until Week 3, Week 4. But once he gets on the field and Aaron Rodgers is bombing him the ball, Mike Williams will go up and get that thing. So I like Mike Williams as a late rounder. Josh Palmer, I mean, is he not like the only freaking who do the Chargers have anymore? I mean, would he be the wide receiver one? I want to look at their depth chart, bro. Brandon Cooks might be a good late round sleeper guy to look out for. Hey, Wicks, Dontavian Wicks. He had some flashes last season, some really good flashes that maybe need to be paid a little more attention to. Oh, Colby, I'm a Chargers fan. Wide receiver one is Ladd, probably Ladd McConkey. Yeah, I'm hearing good things about Ladd though. Man, what did they do to your team, Colby? What did they do to the Chargers, man? They have just, like, tore that team apart. Like, who's left? You got rid of Eckler. You got rid of Mike Williams. Keenan Allen, who was like him over there, to be completely honest. Whew, scary. I really like the one running back on the Giants, the Tyrone guy. I think that's his name. Giants running back, Tyrone. I can't remember. You know who I do like, though? Bucky Brooks, Tampa Bay, backing up Rachaad White. We know Rachaad White is probably. I think Rachaad White will shine better when they've got running back by committee going on. Bucky Brooks is somebody I'm not hearing anything at all about with Tampa Bay. Him and Rachaad White tandem, I think it's going to be good. And Bucky looks like he knows what he's doing with that ball, man. Coming out of college, I like it. I'm not a big, obviously you want a bell cow back, but the way the NFL is going now, it seems like we're going to just be getting that tandem, that thunder and lightning. Like running back by committee is becoming the main like thing of how it's going to be done. So really you're just going to need to find somebody who find the better of the two, I guess you would say. And I think Brooks could be better than Rachaad White. We'll have to see. Let's see, Sean. I traded Chase and Connor for Hall, and I have Olave and Wilson and Debo. Win, please. Let's see. I traded Jamar Chase and James Conner for Breece Hall and Olave. Chase, Connor, Hall, Olave. To be completely, that seems like a very fair trade, Sean. I feel like it's fair on both sides. But if I had to pick my favorite who won, I really feel like Chase and Connor, and it's all going to be based on injury, you know? I like Chase and Connor side of it better, but Brees Hall, I think, is going to be a monster this season. And if Derek Carr can get it together, Olave is going to be good because he's got to be the guy over there. Obviously, Chris Olave has shown some magic, and I think those two hopefully pulling some, Matt Stafford, Cooper Kupp stuff, going out to breakfast and doing their thing. It could be. Brees Hall, I think, is going to be amazing. He is every season. That's another guy that who last season when we were drafting, I remember seeing him at the top of the running back list, and he stayed there. He stayed there and stayed there. Ended up going like the 9th or 8th round, like Brees Hall last season, because he was having injury problems or ankle tweaks or something was going on with Brees Hall. And he was a steal. He was a steal, baby. Let's see here. Let's see. I needed a running back. I have Wilson and Debo. Ooh, Garrett Wilson, Debo. Hey, that's something I was talking about earlier. If Brandon Ayuk goes, Debo's going to go through the roof if he can stay healthy. Definitely. Definitely. James Conner, though, I was kind of talking about it. James Conner, I think, is going to be really good this season. It's all based on health concerns, obviously. James Conner last season only played 12 games. Still managed to pull a 1,000-yard season out of it. So that's got to tell you something. A fully healthy James Conner could be a monster. My co-host Trey, from the podcast, he thinks James Conner could be in the top 10 running backs this season. So that's got to tell you something. Let's see. Not Chase says, should I draft Gibbs if someone else has Monty as a keeper? Yeah, definitely, man. I think Gibbs needed that first season to kind of get his feet wet a little bit, and he still did great. I love Jahmyr Gibbs. I grab him, bro. Grab you some Gibbs. I love me some Gibbs. Sean says, yeah, that's what I'm hoping, why I took the trade, because Brees is him, and I think Olave will be okay. I think you're going to be good, bro. Basically, you traded. You did good, man. You did really good. I like it. Brees Hall could be a league winner, honestly. I mean, this guy just continues to show people that he's better than you realize he is. So I think you made the right call there, man. I like it. And Jamar Chase he's never had a season better than that rookie season that he had, We just want him to be better. Let me pull this board down a little bit here. Let's see. I guess I could get back to the drafting, huh? What do you think, guys? Let's see. I am in the 9th round. I'm in the 9th round. Take a look at my team. Boom, boom, boom. I got Joe Burrow as my quarterback. Let's take a look at the running backs. So let's see. Singletary's still there. Brian Robinson's still there. Tajay Spears, man. He's a sleeper. I'm really thinking Tajay Spears. It's going to be looking like more of a running back by committee there also in Tennessee. But I really think that Tajay is going to do big things. Ooh, Curtis Samuel's still there. I'm taking Curtis Samuel in the 9th round for value. And I really think he could have been there. He could have stayed there. I could have waited and got him in the next round, honestly. But just in case, I took him. Kobe says, what's a good player to draft in the 4th round? I'm looking for a flex at that spot. Oh, 4th round, huh? Let's take a look here. 4th round, what kind of guys are going? Poof. Huh. Honestly, in the 4th round, if I'm seeing Cooper Kupp go in the 4th round, just saying. Puka's having a little bit of problems with his knee, or I can't remember exactly what I heard, but he'll play. He'll be fine. Just saying. But Cooper Kupp is going in the 4th and 5th, man. Cooper Kupp is good to go. Okay, he's 100% from what I'm hearing. I like it. I was literally going to say Cooper Kupp. I love Cooper Kupp as a flex. Yes, sir. Exactly. Another good one in the 4th round. Who was it? Keenan Allen could be a good flex. I know it's an unproven quarterback and there's a lot of competition there in Chicago. I really think people sleeping on Keenan Allen as usual, so maybe him. But if you can get Cooper Kupp, obviously I'd take Cooper Kupp first. Let's see here. Let me take a look, guys. I am in the 10th round, okay? Let me take a look at this here team here. They still got, I don't know if you can't see it on here, but they still got Joe Burrow on sleeper with the M&M, bro, with the Slim Shady. You see that? Slim Shady, Joey Burr. What about, Kobe says, what about a player like DK or Alvin as a flex? What's your thoughts? Yeah. Alvin Kamara. My co-host Trey loves some Alvin Kamara. He drafted him last season in so many leagues. He had the 6-game suspension. He came back, went off. I think it was like running back 32, but that's only because he didn't play for 6 games. Alvin Kamara, definitely a good flex. DK, also good, but if I had my choice, I'm going Alvin Kamara. Just because DK is great. Geno Smith, he had that first year with Seattle where he was really good. He got paid, and he did okay. And it just seems like he's going a little bit down, in my opinion. It seems like Geno is getting worse, and I'm not trying to be mean. I like Geno. He's got heart, which I love. And he will continue to feed DK because DK is a beast. He's tall. He goes up. He gets the ball. He pulls it. He's very physical. He'll pull that ball out of people's hands. But Alvin Kamara, man, come on. He is the guy over in on the Saints. Guys, tap that screen for your boy, man. Appreciate the love. Appreciate the love. I still need a tight end on this team. I just realized that. Let's see. Let's look over the tight ends. TJ Hawkinson's still there. Fryermuth's still there. Cole Kmet is still there. Musgrave, Cade Auden, Hunter Henry, Isaiah Likely. I really like Hawkinson. I think I read that Hawkinson won't be playing until like the first half of the season. Like he's not going to be starting week 1. So that's probably why he is falling like he is. He might be a really good guy to grab like way later, like my buddy did on Kamara. He waited for the 6 games and did it. So my thing is here, Fryermuth or Cole Kmet. I like both of these guys. Fryermuth with Russell Wilson. What did that look like? Not sure quite yet. Cole Kmet, man. Cole Kmet, when he would go off, he would go off. I'm taking Cole Kmet. Let's see here. Kobe says, do you think Zeke is also a good sleeper pick, or are you not a fan of Zeke? I think Zeke, he needs someone to be... I think Zeke is great goal line. I like Zeke. If he can get touchdowns, to be honest, I don't think he's that guy to push through the line like he used to in his rookie season, or why he got paid all that money. If you can... All right, look. Last season with Zeke on the Patriots, he started getting a little bit. He started like finding himself a little bit. And you know why? That's because they were throwing the ball to Zeke. They were waiting until he got out, throwing a quick out to Zeke, and Zeke would go. That is where the Cowboys have went wrong with Zeke, I feel like, in the later years, because he's lost a lot of his physicality, to be completely honest. He can still push through for 1 or 2 yards, but, you know, we want more than 1 or 2 yards. He's great goal line work. I think they need to start throwing him the ball more, man. I think that is the answer for Zeke. And if the Cowboys can figure that out, like Dak, just a quick out, like if you're looking at your reads and CD's not open and Brandon Cooks is not open, throw the ball to Zeke out to the side and let him get 20 yards or something, you know? Sorry, thirsty. That's my opinion on Zeke. The Cowboys need to figure out how to use him correctly, to be honest, you know? Anyways, I ended up taking Cole Kmet as my tight end. Jameson Williams goes. Romeo Doubs. When is Romeo Doubs going to do what we think he can do? I really like Romeo Doubs. That's how I say his name, though, by the way. Doubs. Romeo Doubs. I like Romeo Doubs. I feel like Romeo Doubs... I don't know. He's not very consistent. I need to see a consistent Romeo Doubs. Even when Christian Watson is not there, he still can't, you know, he'll have a good game here and there. So I need to see consistency from Romeo Doubs before I can count on this guy. Let's see. This league does have, let me see. It does have kicker and defense in it still in this mock. So I probably, when it comes to kickers and defense, I'll generally always just use my my last 2 picks for those, because why wouldn't you? You know, you need to get as much value as you can, and those are 2 positions that every season I end up dropping and picking up and dropping, and just figured it out. Thank you for the follow, Kobe. Appreciate that, my friend. You can also find us on YouTube, like I was talking about with the live shows. YouTube, Fourth and Flex. You can just Google Fourth and Flex. You'll find us, man. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. Anyways, kickers and defense. Wait and get them last, obviously, right? Kirk Cousins goes in the 11th round as backup quarterback for this team, by the way. Not my team, a different team. I probably need to grab me another quarterback soon just to have me a backup. And Aaron Rodgers is still there. Matt Stafford is still there. Baker Mayfield is still there. Lots of guys still there. So I'm going to wait. So right now, we're in the later rounds. We're looking for some value. We're looking for some guys that may be being overlooked, some guys that could be great. I'm taking a look at my list. Some guys that are just jumping out to me, okay? Mike Williams, again, has suffered ACL last season, week 3. Should be about ready, to be honest. Almost a year in, we're seeing people recover after 9 months after ACL tears and whatnot. So keep that in mind. Rashid Shaheed could do good things, 2 good things. Another guy that's, questionable with a hamstring. He's still sidelined, so we don't know exactly when. He might be a good guy to wait and maybe drop and pick up later if you need to. Gabriel Davis, what do we think about Gabriel Davis? Is Gabriel Davis going to do anything or what? We don't even know yet. Let's see. He's going to play in the opener, it looks like, against the Chiefs. Okay. We'll see some little bit of Gabe Davis. I don't know. Ever since that game with the Chiefs and the Bills and Gabe Davis just never really lived up to any of our expectations. We saw him have a game where he just 3-4 touchdowns. Man, that Bills and Chiefs game back in the day was insane. It was good. I loved it. But he's just never really lived up to our expectations. Let's see here. Adam Thielen. That might be, I don't know, maybe something. Adam Thielen. Remember last season with Adam Thielen? Like, the Panthers. He was like it on that team. He was the only guy who was even doing anything. We saw him do a lot through the first half of the season, but after that, I don't know. He just died down. He might be a good guy to kind of, I don't know, stab. I mean, because, yeah, the Panthers don't have a lot going on, and maybe what's the freaking quarterback's name? Like Bryce Young. I can't ever remember his name for some reason. Bryce Young, maybe another season down, another, time to figure it out over there. The Panthers are a dumpster fire. The NFC South, to be completely honest, I'm worried about a lot. I'm worried about most of the teams in the NFC South, but I'm not worried about the Panthers. Go figure. The Panthers they need to just wipe out and start all over. They need to do what the Chargers are doing right now. Start trading away people for draft picks and just get ready, because Bryce Young really stepped into a position where he really couldn't do much. He couldn't do a lot, to be completely honest with Bryce Young. He didn't have many good weapons. He just didn't have anything. So he might be better than we even realize he is. He just needs players around him. Everybody does. Like Caleb Williams stepping into a good position this season. They really set him up. They drafted him. They DJ Moore brought him over last season. They really have got him They got some good stuff going on there. Swift always starts the year off really good. So if he can be a good running back for him to lean on, then, maybe there's that. Let's take a look. I'm going to go ahead and grab All right, give me Gabe Davis. Why not? Who knows? Who knows? Just talking crap about Gabe Davis, but I grab him anyway, you know? Whatever. Oh, man. This is fun. This is fun. Hey, guys, hit that plus for you. Hit the plus. Tap that screen, baby. Tap that screen and follow us here, Fourth and Flex. Giving fantasy football advice all season long. Doing waiver wire shows on Tuesday. Friday, we're doing starts and sits. We're always answering your questions. We are going to start with a lot of our people who are subscription services to us. We're going to start doing like just straight, let's go. Show me your team. Me and Trey, my co-host, just like breaking down your teams one-on-one, you know, just helping you figure out what you need to figure out so you can bring the chip home. Bring that championship home, baby. I'm on the clock, though. I'm on the clock. Let's see. I've got about 2 more picks before I need to grab a defense and a kicker. So I'm going to grab my backup quarterback now. I think now's the time. Stafford is there. I think Stafford is the guy that everyone's sleeping on also, by the way. But I'm going to go for, do I need to grab Baker Mayfield? Baker Mayfield or Matt Stafford? Oh, give me Baker Mayfield. Why not? Baker Mayfield as my backup quarterback. I got 1 more pick. 1 pick to rule them all. 1 more pick, and then it's kicker and defense time. This has been fun. This has been a good time. This has been a good time. Hector, Will Turner, like Bootstraps kid. Just joking, just kidding. What's up, Hector? What you doing, boy? Let me see. I'm back on the clock. Antonio Gibson may be somebody to keep your eye on, to be honest. Antonio Gibson on the Patriots, somebody that nobody's talking about. Nobody's thinking about. I know he didn't really do well in that preseason opener, you know. I mean, he had 1 target for 13 yards, but they used him in a PPR setting. And that's where he really thrives. They need to do more of that, honestly. I think maybe the Patriots possibly saw what they did with Zeke last season and thought we need a guy like that, and that's probably why they went there and even did that, you know. That's why they grabbed Antonio Gibson, so they can have a guy like that. Let's talk about defenses real quick, man. The Dolphins, the Bucks, the Eagles, the Chiefs all had decent defenses last season. The Lions, give me the Lions. Give me the Lions defense, man. Why not? And kicker, I don't know. Let's go kicker here. Kicker. Who do we got? Oh, they're starting to fly off. All right. It looks like we got Moody, Fairbairn, Jason Sanders, Dicker, the kicker, Jake Elliott. Jake Elliott's still kicking, huh? Still kicking. Give me Jason Sanders. Give me the Dolphins kicker. Why not? Woo! Half PPR mock draft. Another one in the books, baby. I'm drafting. We be drafting, baby. We be drafting. Let me take a look here. Let me got the board up. Take a look at my team, huh? Okay. All right, I got Puka Nacua, Travis Etienne, Kenneth Walker, DK Metcalf, Joe Burrow, Aaron Jones, Keon Coleman, Raheem Mostert, Curtis Samuel, Cole Kmet, Gabriel Davis, Baker Mayfield. We got Antonio Gibson. We got the Lions. We got the Sanders. What's going on, baby? What is going on? Let's see. What's going on, baby? My stuff's acting crazy over here. Anyway, so yeah, my team. I like it. I like my team here. I'll be honest, that first pick of Puka Nacua, I don't hate, but I forgot to turn the timer off, and that is why I got Puka Nacua as my first pick. And then I got Travis Etienne, Kenneth Walker, DK Metcalf, Joe Burrow is my quarterback, Aaron Jones, Keon Coleman, Raheem Mostert in the 8th round, Curtis Samuel in the 9th, Cole Kmet, Gabriel Davis, Baker Mayfield as my backup quarterback. Then I grabbed some Antonio Gibson, because why not? Detroit Lions defense, Jason Sanders is my kicker. I like it. I like this team. I kind of like the way that the way that it shaped up, man. It turned out pretty well, honestly. A lot of good guys for half PPR, to be honest. Only a few of these guys am I worried about not really getting a lot of targets, and even I'm looking at my running backs. Let's start with this. Let's go here. My wide receivers are Puka Nakua, DK Metcalf, Keon Coleman, Curtis Samuel. I got two Buffalo guys, by the way, and Gabe Davis. It's a little weak. My wide receiver room is a little weak. I can honestly say that. But generally, that's how my teams end up being. The wide receiver room does generally seem to be a little weaker, only because I've just drafted so many monster running backs, and I feel like I did that here. My running back room: Travis Etienne, Kenneth Walker, Aaron Jones, Raheem Mostert, Antonio Gibson. I mean, my running back room: Travis Etienne, Kenneth Walker, Aaron Jones, Raheem Mostert. I love that. I love that. That's a good running back room to have, I think. My quarterbacks: Joe Burrow and Baker Mayfield. Two guys I really like. I got Cole Kmet as my tight end. If I had to grade this team, I would go a B. And that B is because, no pun intended there, B for because. Strong running backs, weaker wide receiver, a tight end that I probably will maybe give up on. Who knows if he doesn't do it after a couple weeks, and try to, punt tight end there. But I like the way this team shaped out. A B for badass running backs. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. This has been fun. This has been a good time. This has been really fun. Guys, you can check us out on YouTube, youtube.com/@4thandflex. You can join our community on YouTube, man. We are doing just subscriber only videos. We are if you are a flexaholic and you join our crew, we're helping you out one-on-one action with your teams. You have a group chat with me and Trey. We're discussing your teams. We're trying to help you get to that championship, and you can even get free swag later down the road, man. 6 months membership. We're throwing you we're sending you a hat. Fourth and Flex snapback, baby. Kind of take a look at it. Look at that bad boy. You know you want some of that snapback in any color that you want. That's after 6 months of membership, supporting Fourth and Flex. Honestly, the membership is a good price, and honestly, after 6 months, you're basically paying for the snapback, just very slowly. But yeah, I want to say thank you, anybody and everybody who popped in, man, followed us. We got some gifts going through, 1,074 taps, 1,074 likes. This has been fun. I've not done this before live on TikTok mock draft, but it was a good time. It was a good time, man. I would like to get my my co-host in on this action and do it big. Do it big. But I got to end it the way I always end it, and that's thank you guys so much for watching. And we shall see thee on the next one. Peace.